Good evening, I'm Jeff Koinange, and this is Jeff Koinange Live. Tonight, if you had been reading my tweets the last couple of days, you know that I invited two of the most popular and no doubt most controversial bloggers in this blogosphere, Dennis Itumbi and Robert Alai. Dennis Itumbi has not shown up. He called a short while ago saying he is stuck at an ICT conference in Mombasa. Robert Alai is here, and that's no lie. Another thing, we have a new number, a call-in number where you can just dial in, ask your questions. That number is up on your screens now. It's 0712 957 117, something like that, but it's up on your screen. Call in, because you know what time it is. It is time to ask the hard questions. It is time for Jeff Koinange Live. So he sends shivers and quivers up politicians. He scares everybody from celebrities to you name them. Robert Alai is a blogger who fears nobody. He does what he does without fear or favor. Until a few days ago, when an audio recording appeared in cyberspace and went viral. In that recording, TNA activist Moses Kuria and self-proclaimed conflict resolution expert Dr. David Matsanga were allegedly discussing killing Alai. Alai is not amused. He's already reported it to Central Police, but he's taken it even further. He wants to know why. His Twitter handle is @RobertAlai. Mine is @Koinange Jeff. It is time. Robert Alai. Karibu sana ndugu.
Asante.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You once said you'd never appear on this show.
That was a lie.
Touche. That was a lie.
That was a lie.
All right, on to serious things.
Yes.
I heard this audio tape.
Yes.
It's chilling. Anybody who hears it, and if they can go on the net and listen to it, it is chilling. When you heard it, what went through your mind?
I was surprised because first I was told through SMS somebody wants to kill you. Somebody wants to kill you. And I said, no, nobody will want to kill me. Moses Kuria. I said, I don't think Moses is a killer.
And you know Moses?
Yes. And I said, Moses is not a killer. Moses is just a talker. So when, 1 week later, when I received the audio tape, I said, this is serious. Yes. And so I decided to go and report to the police.
You did report?
Yes.
What did the police say?
The police are still investigating. They took my statement. I reported on Friday. So I expect them to take action. I think they're still doing their own investigation. We'll see what they'll do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Clearly, this is not the first death threat you've gotten, Robert, right?
I've got enough death threats. I've got people break my fingers. I've got my ears are cut. It's not as easy as people think.
No.
No. It's the most scary thing to do now.
And you still do it. You still do it.
You still do it. But where's Bogomko? Where's Albert Muriuki? You know, we have lost two bloggers, whether they are alive or dead. Nobody knows. But nobody's asking because they're just some poor bloggers talking about everything. Yeah. So, but that's the job. We have to do it. Somebody has to tell the story.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. But I always keep saying a lie. I don't know if you agree with me. Yes. I always keep saying there is no story that is worth dying for. There's no story. I believe. But life is too precious.
Life is too precious, yes, but you cannot get the freedom by everybody staying alive. Some must die for people to get the freedoms. You know, Kenyans, we lost the Mamau warriors. We lost freedom fighters for us to gain the independence. You know, it's not as easy as people. So if it is us who are going to die for others to get the freedom.
Coming here tonight, Alai, you were actually quite worried, weren't you?
I was a bit worried, you know, like everybody else. This was where the thing was, the plan was being hatched, and so you don't know. You know, this is their forte. Yeah. This is, you know, if they came to me where I always say I'll not be worried because I have better people to take care of me there. But here is their forte.
Yeah. But okay, when you go about your daily business, are you watching your back now? Are you looking over your shoulder?
Never. Okay. No, I still don't look over my shoulder because I believe that I still take them just as threats. But I hope the police, like the IGP assured us yesterday on the TV show he appeared on, I think he'll take them seriously. Yes.
Alai, but this is nothing new to you. I mean, you've pissed off a lot of people.
I piss off everybody. The high, the small. What I say is that the truth is very controversial. Your truth is not my truth. So let's just agree that we will not agree all the time. Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah.
If we don't do it, then we'll have to kill everybody. Every reporter in this town, every newspaper article always has something against somebody. The stories of the standard gauge railways, everything. If you go, even Moses Kuria himself, he speaks bad about people. So what if those people decided to kill him?
But what if people turn around and say, okay, Robert, it's great to talk about SGR and laptops and all that, right? But what about when it gets personal? When it gets personal?
What is the line? You don't know when you draw the line, because sometimes you say it's personal, but it concerns the state, it concerns the public coffers, it concerns expenditures from the exchequer. So it's very hard, especially if your show affects me, if your show influences my household, I have a say on it also. Whether it's positive or negative. Negative. Right? I have a say. I have to, if you have a TV show where you present something and I see something I should comment on. The problem is that people see only the negative side. Only when we speak negative. When we say good things and people love them and people cheer, nobody comes and says, Robert, you did well. But when I just put on one negative thing, it is like everything. It's like the only thing I do every time.
I tell you what, Robert.
Yes.
People watching you right now, when they hear the name Robert Alai,
yes.
Oh man, you send shivers down people.
No.
You send shivers. Man.
I don't think so. But there are 38 Robert Alais in Kenya. 38. It's a generational name. It's my grandfather. So we are all related.
Oh, you are?
Yes. So in Nairobi, I think we have like 6, 7 of them. All Robert Alai. Maybe the last name, the father's name is different, but they're Robert Alai.
Okay. Were you always like this, Alai? Were you always pushing the envelope?
Yes. My father was a teacher, and my father was very strict. My father would come to school and cane the headmaster. My father would come to school and cane the headmaster. My father was very strict. But I was very rebellious. So, the strict man and the rebellious boy. From class 3, I was, sometimes you'd tie me, the education officers then used to be given motorbikes. So you'd tie me behind the motorbikes and take me to school. You run. My father would not allow you to sit on the motorbike because you've done a mistake. So he'll not honor you by giving you a motorbike ride. He'll tie you behind the motorbike and you follow. Yes.
What?
Yes. But he made us the best he could. Without that, I could have not gone to school.
Listen, Alai, if Matsanga was watching you right now,
yes.
Would you demand an apology, or Moses Kuria?
Yes, I demand an apology for what they were discussing. This is very wrong. I've not discussed to kill anybody, whether we agree or we don't agree. It's just not good to discuss it. Yes.
Okay. We're going to try this for the first time. We've never had this before, huh? Yes. Live call-in on JKL. Let's go to the phones. Hello, you're live on JKL.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Give us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Mary.
Mary, what's your question?
Mary Mwami.
Okay, Mary.
It's not a question. I'm just telling Robert that he will not die. Once he has come there, if anything happens to him, we will know it is Matanga and the friend. And it's very unfortunate. People who kill others are actually cowards. Stand for the right thing, and we are proud of you.
Thank you, Mary.
The majority of Kenyans are
Thank you, Mary. Good point. Okay, Alai, as much as people hate you, and I'm not using that word very loosely, you get a lot of support as well.
I get a lot of support wherever I go to, even my hometown in Kisumu. I get a lot of support, and sometimes it overwhelms me because I don't know how to handle that. The support, the big, the huge support. Sometimes you're even suspicious of people supporting you.
So you say there's something here.
Yes, maybe it's luring me to the slaughter.
There's another call. Let's see if this is working quite well. Let's get another call. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello yourself. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Yes, my name is Mwalimu Asango.
I'm calling from Gatundu.
All right, get to the point.
Yeah, I also want to join my colleague who has just called in, actually to comfort Robert and tell him that, in fact, we don't want to kill the computers. Bloggers are computers. Those guys, we really want to use them to develop our certificate and develop the technology. So those guys who are threatening you, they're just doing nothing. Actually, we are praying for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we don't want to kill our computers, Robert. That's what the man from Katundu says. This is Ian Mpakuanik. He says, shout out to Robert on expressing himself what it is, straight from his heart. Look, you're going to get a lot of support.
But let me just switch off my phone because people start calling.
It's going off the hook. As you do that, let me read a couple of tweets. Peter, he says, Alai, behind that brave face, I can see a guy living in fear. Alai, are you safe?
I'm very safe. I think I don't believe that this government, is a killing government. I still don't believe that because I've never seen anybody that have killed. You know that. So I still I give them the benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
The CS himself assured us that he'll never allow this under his watch.
That's what he said.
Yes.
And remember a few years ago, then you were blaming then State House spokesperson, remember, for the killing of the activists back
Which
then?
one?
Oulu and...
it was not a State House spokesman. It was Dr. Alfred Mutua.
Wasn't he spokesman then?
It was spokesman for the government, not State House. The State House is different.
Okay.
It's an institution.
Yes.
So what happened is that he threatened them. He told them that watch, it was an actual threat the previous day. So,
but you don't feel threatened?
No, I don't feel threatened. In Kenya, no, I don't feel threatened.
We have another call. Good man. We have another call. Let's see who's on the air. Caller, you are on the air.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. Talk to me.
Hello? Yeah, Jeff, I'm Jeff calling from Eldoret.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to tell Ryan to keep up the good work what the leaders hire us on a daily basis. So keep up the job.
All right, thank you very much. From Jeff, I think Jeff from Eldoret. Sir Kimani Njoroge, he says, Robert Alai hates the truth. To me, he's just an attention seeker. Anyway, tell him to unblock me on Twitter.
There are people who hate me on Twitter. When you block, you can decide on what you want to hear.
Yes.
Yeah. So if somebody is just attacking your person every time, you can decide to block people. You can decide on who you want to unblock. But I'll see. He's made his application.
Sir Kimani Njoroge.
Yes.
But other people who you have blocked on Twitter,
yes,
turn around and they kill you.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen stories all over the net.
Yes,
Robert
yes.
Alai has been killed.
And they kill. What they do first is they buy followers. You can buy online followers. You can buy Twitter followers.
You can.
So when they buy followers, then they now use the followers, their votes, to start trends against Robert Alai every week. But if you check why should a Kenyan who has done nothing of interest to anybody have 200,000 followers? They buy followers every so.
You mean there are people with 200,000 followers?
Yes.
There are people with more followers than you?
They're all over. They're all over Twitter.
Are you serious? But they can actually buy them.
Yeah, you can actually buy followers, but they are just bots. They are not real followers. They are bots. They're virtual accounts.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We have another call coming, but folks, just to remind you, if you're joining us live now on JKL, if you are going to call in on the live number, ask a question, okay? Enough of the comments. Ask a question.
Yes.
Robert Alai has heard it all. Okay, let's go to the phones. Caller, you are on the air.
Hello.
Hello, this is JKL. Talk to me.
Hello, Alai.
Yes.
I'm calling for Buruburu, and I'd like to tell you that no matter how brave you seem you are, you just should watch your back, because anything can happen, and we'll just forget you if we lose you. That's the truth which I'm saying.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay. Fair Ferrer Xavier says, my name is Ferrari Xavier. I am one of Alai's staunch supporters, just like Bonnie. Can he run for an elective post in 2017?
No. I'm not a politician. You know, politics destroy critics. I'm a critic. I'm a realist. I check. You know, like politics destroyed Orengo. You know, the leadership. You know, they took him and put him into a ministerial post, and Orengo is not Orengo anymore.
Yeah, you never heard from him again.
No, he's not the Orengo I knew. And he's not, you know, even Raila, the prime minister, is like, you know, politics has a way of destroying people. Because, you know, in Kenya, you'll get influenced by a lot of things, and you don't want to, you know, you don't want to go through that.
Yeah. Speaking of politics and politicians, you criticize the president a lot, and the presidency a lot, don't you? Or Jubilee?
You know, it is the most, you know, the most visible political office. So I think he should not expect anything less than that, because, you know, everybody will be criticizing him. Everything which happens, somebody has been hit by a vehicle, the president should do something. You know, the government is the president. Yeah. Everybody knows if he goes somewhere and solves a problem, the government has solved the problem. It's not, but, you know, it's not that I hate him. I think that we just should check our leaders. Yeah, just
because even people like Obama, they get criticized a lot, don't they?
They get criticized a lot.
And closer to home, people like Zuma.
Yes, and you know, they even get shouted down during live events. You know, live meetings in halls.
Imagine that happening here.
No, you'll be dead. You'll be dead. You'll be dead. You'll not try that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to take a break, come back, talk about why Kenyans hate criticism. Why? What is it about us? When you say something about, let's say, a presenter or somebody's doing something on TV, they come back and they slam right back at you. Why is that? And also, moving forward, how can we build this base of ours in Kenya? You were talking about Tanzanian musicians having 2 million plus hits on the net. We get 20,000 and we're jumping hoops. Why?
Yeah.
Before we do that, I think we're going to take another call. Caller, you are on the air. This is JKL. Talk to me. Caller, you're on the air. Yeah. Oops. Something I said. Let's take that break. Love him or loathe him, Robert Alai is speaking from the heart. I tell you, you do not want to be on his bad side. He once said he'd never come on this show. Alai was lying. Keep the tweets coming at Robert Alai, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag, don't forget, is JKL. We'll be back in a moment.
Jeff.
Welcome back to Jeff Koinange live from the poolside of the Intercontinental Hotel. And we are live like you've never seen before because we have a live call-in line. That number, 0712-957-117. Please call in, and if you do, ask a question. We've heard enough comments in the last part. Ask a comment to Robert Alai, one of the main bloggers at Tech Mta, shot to major prominence during the Westgate siege. He was all over the planet, but hardly mentioned here at home. Why is that? His Twitter handle, at Robert Alai. Mine is at Koinange Jeff, hashtag JKL. Robert, that question. You were all over the planet. I was watching international newspapers. You were front page news because you were basically telling the story of Westgate. At home, nobody bothered.
Yes, and that's the problem with the Kenyan media. You know, we take things personal. Every media house don't want to deal with me because I criticize them also. So I'm used to that, and I don't hold it against them.
Do you think they see you as a threat?
No, I don't think they see me as a threat. I think they see me as somebody. They don't want to promote me because that's a threat in a way. But I still don't know why they really hate critics. Because you find the Kenyan media is that they are so close that they don't want to hear the bad side, what they did wrong. You know, they'd rather take it off silently. But sometimes, you know, it's good to be bold and to say this is the mistake we did, and it's good you corrected us. But it doesn't happen in Kenyan media.
And you've done that with quite a few presenters alike. You were telling me earlier on what they freak out.
It's very, sometimes it's very bad for me to hear what they go through and that makes me change in a way. because I now look, because I'm not a trained journalist. But you find that you are now the voice of the people, and you present things sometimes in a journalistic way, but you're not trained to know what you should not do and what you should do in this instance. But I've met a few presenters who tell me they were almost traumatized by one tweet, 140 characters of criticism. You know, I've met people who say they went home and cried the whole day.
After you tweeted?
After my tweet. They told me that somebody came with a short skirt, you know, and was hosting religious leaders. And I told them, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Just by a tweet. And she went home and cried because the tweet was too harsh. I said you should have a tougher skin for this.
I was about to say that, Alai. Why do Kenyans find it so difficult to take criticism?
I think we have not been trained, because even our politicians, they're still not used to criticism. Yeah. And every criticism, it's you take it, you know, you criticize one side, then you're a hater. You know, there's no way you'll criticize Raila or Uhuru and you get access to them immediately. People will say, but if you criticize Obama, maybe Obama will invite you to the White House and give you
some tea.
Yeah, some tea, and, you know, play basketball with you.
Correct.
But in Kenya, you can't criticize the president, and the people around the president allow you. There are even presidential events which they block me from. I say, I don't hate him. He's still my president. He's my president.
They actually block you?
They block you. The security say, this is their life. There's an event, I was here at the RRI launch of the security. And you know, when somebody from the office of the president heard that that's their lie, and the security were giving her access, the lady insisted that the security remove me out. Until somebody very senior came and said, no, I know a lie for long. Means no harm. Very harmless.
You're kidding me.
I don't carry any stone in my pocket to beat the president.
The pen is mightier than the sword, my brother.
No, it's just the fingers on my keyboard. I don't even carry a pen.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
But listen, on a personal, you've criticized me quite a bit.
Everybody have criticized everybody, even my dad.
But I don't mind it, by the way. No. I don't mind it.
Yes.
Because I figure, how else are you going to grow? How else are you going to check yourself? I think. I mean, that's the best way to do it, because even people who criticize me, sometimes, you know, you go back and do self-reflection. That's Robert. You told me this. You know, I've talked to people like you know, I still admire somebody like Patrick Kwako, and I've met him. He sat down with me and told me, Robert, you need not to do this. I don't agree with most of the things he said, but, you know, I go home and listen to him. I met somebody else, you know, very senior, tell Robert, you're doing all the good things, but I want to tell you the bad things. And I agree with him. You know, so I find a way of changing that, you know. Yeah.
So, yeah. The criticism is very good. It makes us better.
Here's the other thing about Kenyans. I was talking to you before the break. We're saying, look, when celebrities make it, when they get 20,000 hits on the net, they think wamefika.
Wamefika, and you know.
But down the road, what's his name? Diamond.
Yes.
Is getting 2 million hits.
Yes. Out of one song. And Kenyans are dancing to it. And we say Tanzanians know Swahili only. Nobody will buy their thing.
Yes.
Yes. That Swahili has been bought 10 times, you know, more than the Kenyan, the rappers who try to, you know, there's a time I criticized a rapper, Calligraph. This guy attacked me on Twitter the whole day because I told him, you can't sing with American slang better than Americans. Do it the Kenyan. You know, I like the Octopizo. I like the rabbit. You know, Kakasungura. It's so Kenyan. The Kenyan Swahili. It flows better. But when you hear, when you criticize them, they think you hate them for good. You know, I don't hate you. I just think that you should look it in another way. Maybe you don't want to buy my way. It's good you don't want to buy it, but at least give it a chance.
And take it positively.
Yeah,
or turn it around.
Yes, turn it around, and you know, maybe it's better.
But what is it about us not wanting to promote our own?
I think we are just being we are being too capitalistic in Kenya now. You know, even doing business in Kenya is becoming very tricky now. That you have to be dishonest in a way. If you do business in an honest way, it doesn't make sense. Even if you go and take a government contract and tenders and you deliver what you deliver at the lowest price you can give the government, people will think you're stupid because you didn't take a bigger cut. You don't deliver an iPad you can sell to the government at 50,000. Somebody want to sell it at 180,000. Yes, I've seen ministries which they buy iPads at 200,000. Then you wonder what the iPads contain.
Yes.
So if you do business in an honest way, so Kenyans don't appreciate honesty. Kenyans like dishonesty. So dishonesty has even gone to the corporate sector, where now to get your music on air or to get your show on air, you have to know somebody who knows somebody, or you have to get to bribe somebody to get on air.
Yeah.
And very sad.
The other thing is, Kenyans may be thinking that, look, if I think I'm good, I think I can make it, but if I put myself out there, the Robert Alais of this country are going to cut me down.
No, I think the Kenyans, those Kenyans should learn from the socialites. They might be doing it in a bad way, but there are a group of young girls now called socialites who are coming out here, and you know they don't fear doing anything, and sometimes they even go nude to sell themselves, which is very wrong.
Yeah.
But I wish that Kenyans would be having that thick skin. You know, just go and do what you want to do. Sometimes, you know, as we had our failings in high school, you know, and people will tell you that, oh, you could not do this. And we came from a very poor family.
Exactly.
Yes.
But you made it.
Yes.
Yes,
and you still.
Because you have a thick skin.
Since 2006, I've never been employed. And I'm still living. I have not died.
We have a caller. Let's see who's on the air. Caller, you are on the air. This is JKL. Talk to me. Caller, you're on the air. All right. It's your credit. Samuel Koinange saying, is this the Robert Alai I see on Twitter? This one seems a little moderate.
This is a fake one.
You see, they can't believe. Maybe you should start tweeting.
No.
All right, let's see if there's a caller. Caller, you're on the air. This is JKL.
Hello?
Hello, this is JKL. You are live on air.
Yeah. How are you?
Well, good. What's your point?
I want to talk to Robert Alai.
Okay.
I'm calling from Mary.
Go on.
I've just realized that the collective intelligence of Kenya is a bit low. Hello?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, because when you see a comment being made, for example, the recent Isli issue.
The recent what?
The recent Isli.
Yes.
What has been happening in Isli.
Yeah.
You find that most people comment based on tribe. That if it is Mwangi, you find that it's supporting because it's the government. And if it's somebody probably from Kisumu, you find that he's opposing because it's the government. And this is a very serious issue. You wonder why people are commenting, not because of the fact, but because of the area they're coming from.
Good point there. Good point. Okay, that's a good point, Robert. Isili, for instance.
Yes.
The crackdown.
Yes. The
people who are against it are from one section.
Yes.
People who are for it, a different section.
Yes.
Why is that?
I don't think, and with the Isili, I don't think that it has been there. I know many, including my sisters. You know, I'm somebody who's been born with many sisters. You know, but I find it that most of the Kenyans support this crackdown. The issues which you have been raising, and which I think that even me, I support the crackdown. I really support the crackdown. The security of the country cannot be negotiated. The issue is the government must not commit a crime to solve a crime. Taking people and locking them up in the mud. You know, I saw pictures. You know, I receive a lot of pictures, you know, from people. People send you pictures from inside Kasarani. Mothers, you know, going on their monthly periods. And nobody's giving them sanitary pads. People going hungry. You know, this is... We should make it humane.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you are going to create more enemies by trying to solve a crime. So the more enemies, if we go and lock up Kenyans there now, so we create enemies and we leave them inside in the midst, in our midst, it's going to be a bigger problem.
Sorry to cut you off. Are you surprised that not more people are talking about this Kasarani, which they're calling the Guantanamo Bay? Yes. Are you surprised not more people are criticizing?
You know, the Kenyan media is a very big letdown on this. We have to make noise about the human way which the people should, the dignity of people, you know, the humane way these people should be handled. It's very sad that the government can commit a crime. You know, the government should give the Kenya Human Rights Commission access which they demand. The police said they gave them access, but I really ask the government, just give them access to all the sections of the where the people are locked up in. Because the pictures, pictures don't lie. The pictures you're getting from inside there are different from what the government is saying. The best way is that, can we please not commit a crime to solve a crime? Terrorism is very bad, and we find ways of helping the government to solve the terrorism.
Yep.
We report our neighbors. I also have my own nyumba kumi in my estate. With more than 1,000 people. Also, you
have your own nyumba kumi?
Yes, through social media.
Is it working?
Facebook, yes, it's working, and we're meeting. It's a very good initiative. The problem is, yes.
Sorry, we got another call. Okay, we have another call on the air. Caller, you are. Well, you were.
Yeah.
Good point. Good.
Yes.
Okay. But bottom line, you said the crackdown has to continue.
Yes, but in humane way. We can't mishandle people.
Jim Epic Kenyan says Kenyans view criticism as destructive. Psychopathy, misinformation, and propaganda shapes people's mindset.
Yes.
You agree?
I totally agree.
The tweets are coming in thick and fast, Robert. I tell you, you rub people either one way or the other. But you don't mind it, do you?
No, I don't mind.
You don't mind it.
I don't mind. I don't mind it. I don't know if it sometimes becomes tricky that people attack you so much. And sometimes people love you so much.
Yeah.
The problem is that you have to stick in there. You have to do your thing.
When you're walking the street and people approach you.
Yes.
And someone tells you something.
The problem is that I think my pictures on social media makes me look short. So when I appear in person, I look...
You're a big guy.
3 times taller.
I was shocked.
Yes.
You're like 6'2", 6'3", man.
6'4".
But do you say?
My cousin is 7-something. And it's a group of tall people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but you don't fear then? When you walk the streets, you don't fear?
No, I just walk the street. I'm a hustler. You walk the street every day. The street is where I do my stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you surprised, though, for lack of a better word, your fame?
Yes.
You're famous now. Everybody knows. Are you surprised?
I'm very surprised, because social media is still very young. There are days, that 2 years ago, we'd go to events as bloggers and we'll be chased away. We don't deal with bloggers here. What is a blogger, And now, people like Safaricom started embracing us. The big corporates came in for bloggers, But the thing is that even the bloggers now, you're still being embraced only when you praise. If you criticize, I've been banned from 10 corporate events. I cannot step into there. And I don't mind because it doesn't make me stop. They've never paid my bills. So it's not something which is going to affect me in any way. So I don't mind it. But I still continue doing my thing. They'll realize that they need more critics than people praise them.
Are we going to mature enough? Because look, let's face it, Kenyans are one of the biggest users of the internet in Africa. I think we're top 3, right?
Yes.
In Africa.
Yes.
And yet we're not good at taking the criticism.
We'll mature one day. I think people like you remember influential bloggers like Robert Coble. It's very sad we share a name. They are very harsh critics of even products. But when they say they like it, they like it. People believe that when they love it, they love it. But in Kenya here, somebody comes and a corporate comes and offer you that, Robert, I want you to praise my product and this a competitor's product. And I said, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'll write my own input, but it has to be honest. And it becomes tricky, they don't want to pay you because now you say you love to do an honest piece. An honest piece, they know that it will be bad. But I think we'll mature. 1 year, 2 years, give them, they'll not survive with the positive thing only.
We'll get there.
Yes.
For other bloggers out there, can one make money from blogging?
We have millionaire bloggers now. People like Gafla making good money. They want to sell their blogs at 100 million, shillings to different media houses. So I think we'll see more bloggers making good money, but not only from praising people and doing all funny, crazy stuff, but I think real money from doing business or blogging.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you were growing up, running behind that scooter with your hands. I'm trying to picture Alai.
I have to laugh it off because it is a period of my life sometimes I want to forget.
What did you say you wanted to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a journalist. My dad wanted me to be an accountant because my elder brother was an accountant and he was a very good accountant. He died some few years back, but he was one of the good... At CPA1, he was a senior auditor, Serena. Yes.
But you wanted to be a journalist?
I wanted to be a journalist. Then the Kukubos came. Paul Kukubo.
Correct.
With 3 mice. Yeah. And I read it in the newspapers. And I said, I'm going to take IT. Then I went to Africa Virtual University. Africa Virtual University, we had the professors were teaching us, and it was a World Bank sponsored thing. So you had professors from the Ivy League, trying to introduce computers, So it was a very nice idea. We were being taught by professors, and the computer knowledge we got from there is you cannot compare to the ICDL people are doing in town here. Yes, really? It's one of the best. We could do hardware from the basic level.
Wow.
I went out to set up my first 2 ISPs in Tanzania, the Kigoma area. Later joined the UN from Tanzania.
And that's when you're in DRC, right?
Yes,
I'm going to come to that in a moment. Also, we're going to take another break. When we come back, the way forward, Alai. Yes. What is the way forward? Is there hope for bloggers?
Yes. Yeah.
Robert Alai, folks, he is not just an equal opportunity hater. This man, he's got some brains. Are you listening to the man? He says you got to take criticism. You have to be able to take criticism. Take it constructively. It's the only way to grow. Is anybody out there listening? Keep the calls coming. 0712-957-117. Call, ask Robert Alai a question or two. His Twitter handle, @RobertAlai. Mine, @Koinange. The hashtag is JKL. And we are live at the poolside of the Intercontinental. JKL will be back in a moment. In a moment. There you go. And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live at the poolside of the Intercontinental Hotel. I tell you, every time Robert Alai shows up somewhere, you know he's going to be trending. Twitter is going off the chain. Our live call-in number is off the hook. Good grief, somebody called G4S.
You brought the extinguisher.
It works. It works. Okay. Duncan Mwangi, yes. Listen to ODM activist and at the same time Jubilee sadist. Yes. That's what he's saying. That's what they call you.
Yes.
Huh?
They call me so. They call me. Well, ODM, I've not even been that close to the ODM.
Actually, someone was asking about you and Itumbi. Itumbi was supposed to be here tonight, yes. Right? They're saying, what is your status with the court case, and what is your relationship with Itumbi right now? What's your...
I have many court cases, and I do not speak about them.
Do you?
Yeah, I have, they were brought like within 1-2 months, like 12 court cases. So people found the court cases are not working because they were supposed to make sure that I'm locked inside the prisons, but they're not working. So when the court cases are not working, people have to come to me physically, which is very sad. But the best thing is that I wish the president and the deputy will make sure that they give people space to criticize them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should allow criticism.
If the president is watching you right now, what do you tell him?
I'll tell him that, please, allow us to criticize you. Even sometimes call us. Free, free off-the-cuff criticism. Yes.
Okay. Daniel Karimi says, where does Alai see himself in the next 5 years?
The bloggers, blogging is very tough, maybe. Yeah, but what I see is that I think we'll have a better space for Kenya. Yeah, I think we'll have a more vibrant social media community locally, where you don't have to toe one line. If you say something different, then you're an enemy. I think then the bloggers, we'll have more bloggers making good money out of doing honest work, not hiding under pseudonyms of Kenyan Post. We see all manner of blogs there. And the problem is that if you don't allow criticism, then people will start adopting pseudonyms. And these pseudonyms, you'll never have a way of handling them.
Yeah. You mentioned Bokongo earlier on at the top of the show.
Yes.
We still don't know where he is.
We don't know where he is, whether he's okay or... It's very sad. Sometimes it's very painful to just say somebody can just disappear. Even if it was he's alive, we should know where is this guy.
Yeah.
There's a very small blogger called Albert Muriuki also just disappeared. And I see when I go to Kiambu Court and the Milimani Court for my court cases, I meet bloggers brought in because of what they wrote on Facebook. What they wrote, and if you read the charge sheet, it makes causing personal annoyance. causing personal. If I go to a police station today and I say that I want Jeff to be investigating for causing personal annoyance to, how many people, how many policemen will come and arrest? They'll not come. But when it's somebody, a minister, you know, a very influential person, they'll arrest you for causing personal annoyance.
El Mohammedia, he says, Mr. Alai is the voice of reason. He doesn't mince his words. Wamugunda, Robert Alai, at least he has a voice. Many other Kenyans face threats to their life silently. Sinzora Eric says, are you doing this noble, but please watch your step. This government hyena jokes. Says, I guess what you're doing is noble.
Yes.
Dr. Kenneth Wameo, watching Robert Alai on JKL, illuminating, he says. BOB Viceroy says, how do bloggers make money?
You know, bloggers make money from many things. You know, sponsorship of their you know, you can be, your blog post or your tweet post or your Facebook post can be sponsored. You can also run adverts on your blogs and make money from it. Also, you can make money from, you know, organizing events. You can organize events where you can get sponsors to sponsor your event.
Yeah. Let's see if the phone's going to work one more time. I think we're going to go live to a call. Caller. Is there a caller there? Okay. Mohammed Sheikh says, ask him what drives him in what he is doing. What drives you?
I just want the truth. You know, my dad told me that we should never seek shortcut in life. So every time I remember that, you know, in after Form 2, I refused to go to school for a whole year. Because I was in adolescence and I was rebellious.
What did your dad do?
My dad was helpless, and that's the first time I saw him helpless. So, you know, went clubbing, went, you know, to Eldoret. I was staying in Eldoret with my sister, and went clubbing, and you know, you got all manner of, and I ended up in prison.
No.
I was in prison. It's the most, So that was life-changing.
From in prison?
Yes. I lived in prison like for 6-7 months.
For what?
Fighting in clubs, doing all manner of stuff.
So you are a rebel, Robert.
I was a very big. I was a bad. And after that, I think I became moderate. I was rebellious, and also I was not very good at handling enemies. You would either get gangs, beat them, you know. So, but after that, I never got involved in such a game.
That was your Saul to Paul moment.
Yes.
As they say.
Yes.
I think we're going to go to the phones. We have another call on there. Hopefully it'll work. Caller, you are on the air. This is JKL. Talk to me.
Hello.
Hello, you are on the air. Hello.
My name is Jean Bandan. I have a question for Alai.
Go.
Now, Alai, there was something I got some time back. We were talking about Kenyans not promoting their own. And I didn't quite get your take on this. When I look at it from two sides of the coin, we find that the youth are actually interested in music, including Kenyan music, and hence the high level of piracy. But Kenyan fashion designers, would they be quite as lucky? What's your take on this? Because I think it's quite diverse. And for us to grow as a nation, we really need to promote our own
Kenyan fashion industry.
No, it's very interesting. You know, when I met the first fashion designer, real fashion designer for Kenya, I think the first Lucy Rao of Rialto. Then I met Anne McCrae, then Patricia Mbell. I've met most of them. And I think these are big designers in Kenya, the ones who are called big. But they don't survive on the... And you know, I was meeting a critic of fashion. And they don't survive on this design alone. And there's a big problem. And that's why I was insisting that when Lupita Nyong'o is shining outside there, I beg. People took it very badly. I told them, why doesn't she wear Kiko Romeo or Rialto?
I saw that tweet.
Yes.
And they criticized you.
Yes, and people thought that I was hating.
Yeah.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying that the moment Lupita Nyong'o, you know, she rose from 15,000 Instagram followers to over 1 million in no days, in just a number of days. if those people could just get to realize that there's a designer in Kenya called Kikoromeo, it would be life-changing for Kikoromeo, and Kikoromeo would be able to hire many more people. You know, Rialto also the same. But you know, these people have been left now to only doing maybe wedding shows. You know, they only now do design for because that's the only thing which sells in Kenya.
Correct.
People only marry, but they don't do fashion. The fashion, the clothes they wear is from outside.
That's a good point, Alai. And the same thing with the Tanzania. I can't believe Diamond had 2
Yes.
million hits.
Yes.
2 million.
Yes.
And he can make a living from that.
And Tanzanians movies stars are like gods in the country. You saw the burial of one who died 2 or 1 year ago.
Yes.
It was crazy. You know, you cannot compare with our movie, you know, Papa Shirandolas in Kenya. You cannot compare. Maybe, you know, we had a thespian who died, and there was a blogger also, Roy Ogola. You remember when?
Yes.
And this person, you see how the Kenyan actors, the artists came out to support him. But the funds were nowhere.
Shame.
It was a big shame. You know, it's very.
Let's go to the calls. Let's go to the calls. They're coming in. Okay, let's see who's on the air. This is JKL. You are live. You were live. Okay, let's go. This is JKL. You are live on the air.
Hello?
Yes, you are live on JKL. Hello?
My name is Bilo.
Yeah.
I'm calling from Isli.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to point out some issues about what Robert Alai said.
Okay, real quick, go ahead.
It's in regard to the number of Kenyans supporting the operation which is going on. He said that majority of Kenyans are supporting, and that can really imply about it's a Muslim community or Somali community which are not supporting the issue of operation which is going on. So my question is he implying that it's the non-Muslim who are supporting it only? Because that one also can mean majority of Kenya.
Okay.
People would like to interpret things their own way, and you know, it's very funny that somebody, you take majority and minority, and now somebody brings religion and community and tribe inside there. I've met Muslim. In fact, the day this operation started, I think I called 2 Muslim policemen, and they're Somalis, and they say that it's very wrong that we hide. He told me that we hide terrorists among ourselves. And he told me that he supports the government. In fact, even the days I was planning even to give out the photos of what was happening in it, and he told me that, you know, the best for the security of the country, it's best that you give the government a chance to handle the security the best way it can. And these are Somali Muslim. He's a Kenyan, and he's a policeman, you know, and one is a soldier.
Yeah.
And he said, no, just leave it, just give it a chance. The security, I think the government knows best what is wrong with the country. They'll fix it. But on this, give them a chance.
Yeah.
And the issue of human rights, I think the government should just give them the access to the UNHCR, you know, the CARE, the PAD, the Red Cross. Just give them a chance to access the places to give these people support, you know.
Before it gets worse.
Yeah, before it gets worse.
Because, like you said, it's going to breed more terrorism, more hate.
Yes.
And the cycle of violence will continue.
Yes, yes. But saying that majority support does not mean that the minority are Muslims only. I know many Muslims who support the action of the government. Yeah. So we have Muslim friends. I live in a country where 50-50 Muslim, 50 Christians, 50%. And you know, operations like this get support, and the security operations are very hard. It's even very hard for us, people who are not so trained in security, to judge them, because sometimes you don't know what the intelligence knows. Yeah, so sometimes it's very hard to, sometimes when you see an operation of security there, it's best just to let it, but to insist that is be done within the confines of the law.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if there's another caller. Let's see if someone else has a question. Go on. Caller, you are live on JKL.
Hello, good evening.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Mohammed.
I think you're going to have to speak a little louder, sir.
My name is Mohammed.
Ahmed.
Go on.
Hello. I'm calling from Nairobi.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to encourage Life for he's doing a very good job, and criticizing positively. That is the most important aspect. You know, when you criticize positively, you will get support from other people.
but also in terms of what is happening now in the matatu industry. I would encourage him also to blog more, because we are getting a lot of problems in terms of the government and the matatu people. We are having a lot of problems. Some of us have decided to park our vehicles because we cannot operate anymore. So the government needs to be told about what is happening with the ordinary man who is his own business, and he's suffering a lot.
Okay.
We cannot operate.
Great, thank you, sir. Thank you. Do people come up to you and say, listen, Alai, could you tweet about this? Could you blog about this, please?
Yes. And if you see my Facebook inbox and my WhatsApp inbox, it's full of, because the funny thing is that my number is on my profile. Yes, my number and my email address. So it's a lot of issues people send you. But you have to check people who come with more details. People can make you, at least you have more facts about a case. Than there are cases which you just have to keep quiet, because sometimes when you dismiss them, people take it
the wrong way.
People don't know how to handle.
Sure. Alai, speaking of numbers, how come you have everyone's number? I'm sure you have the president's number somewhere.
Yeah, I think I used to be a very big fan of phones. And when the first internship I got was at Telecom Kenya. I used to be and then I went to Congo to work. And the internet became my friend. And the internet, you could get anybody's number. And if you know somebody who knows somebody, there's a way now with mobile phones, you could get a number. You could get somebody's number. You could get the president's number. Yeah.
Someone here is asking, Victor Luyo, how often does Robert Alai criticize the opposition?
In fact, our opposition hates criticism more than the ruling, because you'll get beaten badly if you criticize our opposition than if you criticize our government. The problem is that the government has a bigger machinery, so maybe they'll come to you with a gun immediately, but the opposition has more people online who will attack you and attack your person. And the last time when I tried to criticize our presidential candidate, then I was called all manner of names. My former schoolmates came out and said Robert was always last in class, which was wrong, because I was among the top 5.
Michael from Kisumu is asking, apart from blogging, what else do you do?
I'm trained in IT. I do hardware, I do software, I do social media consultancy. Yeah, I do marketing also on social media. So I still, but the problem is that the government today, if they know what I will do, they'll go and close my business. But I pay taxes. Yeah, they should be. I'm very law abiding.
Rama, are you hired by Raila Odinga and Makau Mutua to criticize Jubilee?
I've never even met Makau Mutua. Some people said I met Raila only once at Roy Ogola's funeral.
That's it?
I don't know. I've never met Raila. You could say that I've met Mama Ida maybe twice, but I don't have any relation with these people.
The other day I saw a tweet from you about, remember the Jichopevu story that was supposed to come out?
Yes.
And you were saying, what happened to that story?
Yes.
In much of the world, journalism drives policy, drives agendas.
Yes.
When something like this happens and a story or a documentary like this is killed, what does that mean?
People start getting stories. Some people start getting theories. And these theories will destroy the person who read the story more than if they let the story run. So I think even however bad it is, just let it run. Let it run. What will it do? The government, will the president resign? He'll not resign. Somebody will have to wait for the 2017. So I think the best thing is that let it run for Kenyans to know the truth. Our only problem is that if we know the truth, then we improve. Now see what is coming with the BVR registration. They said the BVR failed us last time. You want to bring them to register persons. Nobody will agree to it.
No.
The best thing is that the government, people say that the State House blocks the story of the Jichopevu. The best thing, can the government please let it run? I don't know what Sam fears. We thought that our former CEO Paul was more afraid. We have an I'm attacking your boss on your show. I'll be chased out.
My Sam. I think one more call. I think we have another call. Last caller on the air, folks. Hello, you are on JKL.
Yes. Hello, JKL.
Yes, go ahead.
Hiyo line hilo ni kama kuingia mbinguni bwana.
Haya, endelea.
Haya, sasa mimi naitwa Mugendi. I'm calling from Nairobi.
Okay, go ahead.
Mimi langu ni kupongeza Robert Alai sana. Mimi kusema kweli kwa Balozi Minda nilikuwa sikuwa nampenda. Lakini sasa nimempenda yangu yote. Robert Alai. Continue.
Okay. Nashkuru sana, you heard that.
Yes.
He didn't like you before? Now he likes you, man.
No, anybody who doesn't like me, have never interacted with me for more than 5 minutes. Because I don't have anything personal against, and if I have anything personal against you, I'll tell you, this is personal.
To your face?
Yes.
Not behind your back?
No.
Alai, we've got literally 1 minute left.
Yes.
Closing thoughts, my brother. I'll leave the floor to you. Closing thoughts.
I think the best thing is that can we as Kenyans learn to accept criticism? Can we also learn to embrace, the negatives which we have in the country, and also with the ethnicity around, and because ethnicity on social media is crazy.
Yeah.
So can we accept that not all of us, and nobody applied to be born Luo, Loya, Kuyu. We found themselves, it's fate.
Yeah.
So can we just accept that we cannot be the same? The diversity in us.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is, there's a difference between hate and criticism.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, two different things. So don't take criticism to be hate. I don't hate you just because I criticize you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then there's some people in social media who will spew venom at you, right? They'll spew venom.
Wish you death.
For the sake of it.
I've been killed enough times before anybody threatened me. So I've been killed enough times.
But you're still walking.
Yes, I'm still walking.
Strong.
Yes.
And you're not going to stop what you're doing.
Because when the people who wish me death, when they meet me, they become my best protectors. They love me.
Alai.
Thanks a lot.
Good to meet you, man.
Asante sana.
Are you going to come back?
Yes, I'll be back.
And
if you invite me.
Standing invitation, my brother.
Yes, but I'll criticize you when you do something.
No problem.
So, asante sana.
That's good. Robert Alai, folks, he says it is never that personal. You've got to start learning to accept criticism. That's the bottom line. That's the only way one can grow. And there's a difference between hate and criticism. It's a fine line, but you have to learn to accept it. What I keep saying is, let's keep talking. Let's all just keep talking. Because the minute we stop talking, it's the minute we start fighting. This has been an amazing JKL. Please keep tweeting at Robert Alai, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag is JKL. Tomorrow night, right here on the show, the man known as the Jigger Man. That's right, Dr. Stanley Kamau. He's written a new book about his experiences. It's called A Jiggered Mind. You want to watch that show tomorrow, 10 p.m.
I want to invite him to my village.
There's a lot of jiggers?
Yeah, we have jiggers.
I'll tell him tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll tell him tomorrow. In fact, he's probably watching now.
Yes.
But I'll tell him. Thanks for watching. You can't find guests like Alai anywhere else. No. Right here on Kenya's television network, KTN. Thanks so much for watching. Good night and good luck. Thank you, brother.
Asante.